This video, I'm going to be talking about my favorite defense in college football 26. It is the 3-4 tight. You can find this in a couple of different playbooks. 3-4 multiple is what I'm in this video. If you guys want a full defensive ebook on this defense, it is in our school community. I'll put a link to that down in the description. For just $10, you'll be able to get access to all of my offensive and defensive ebooks for both Madden and for college football 26. Now, for your coaching adjustments, the way that I like to run this defense, you want to have auto flip off. You want to have defensive motion response disabled. You want to have the option read key on conservative, option pitch key on aggressive, RPO read key conservative, RPO pass key conservative, and then kind of an important one, you do want to put your hooks on 5, your safety depth on close, and your safety width on pinch. Now, when you run this defense, one of the biggest tips that I can give you is in the packages, you're going to want to put this OLB flip package on. This is going to make it so that you get better adjustments on the field. And then as far as the defense itself goes, we're going to be basing this around the play Hot Blitz 3. What I like to do is come out in the play and then flip it to kind of get a semi-base align. You don't have to do that. If you just want to flip the play call screen, you can certainly do that as well. I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll just come out and it flip. So you'll see here, this is what it looks like. And then if I flip this, you're going to see that it's going to kind of craft a different quasi alignment, especially for the outside corners. And then the second that you make an adjustment, so let's say you put this linebacker in a zone, you're going to see that it's going to bring those safeties back. You just got to keep your user, kind of in this position right here. Now, one of the other quick tips I want to give you for this defense is you want to put your best blitzer at this right of screen kind of position here. So let's take a look at our defensive lineup, and you're going to see that we have a couple of edge players on Ohio State that do have the quick jump ability. I like to put my fastest guy in that position. We also have this guy Styles, who's 93 speed. Honestly, I think we're just going to put him in there. Is he an edge? He is a Will Blackner. Okay, perfect. So we're just going to put this guy Styles at this position. Just make sure that he is in there. And then if you wanted a quick jump guy, you could put a guy there. This guy Hicks, he could go in there. Really, any of your edge defenders could go there as well. So kind of up to you. And then I'll just show you this defense flipped. Now, this defense is very, very simple to run, and it has great pressure. And again, the reason I like it is because it's a symmetrical formation, and nobody's really going to move except for your user, which you can easily just move him back. Now, the way that I like to run the defense is we are just going to take this linebacker on the left side, put him in a hard flat. We're going to put the safety on the right in a deep half, and then we're going to put this guy on a cloud. So you see this is kind of what the defense looks like. At the snap of the ball, what you're going to see here is we're going to get quick pressure up the middle, just like that. Really simple. It's a send 5. It's going to be really good if they send 5 receivers out on a route. Now, I will show this against base protection, as that was the empty protection. Base protection will do a little bit better in terms of being able to consistently block this A gap, but it is going to give up either the edge or the A gap. So when they send 5 out, they're going to have problems with this defense. As you can see, when they send 5 out, that time we're getting that A gap pressure. Now, I'm going to show you something a little bit different about this defense that kind of changed with the most recent patch. One of the things that you can do, one of the things that happens with this defense now is you can get this send 4 to be able to work here. So we're just going to zone out that other linebacker. And basically you want to kind of hover over in this area. And sometimes this send 4 can come in. Sometimes it doesn't come in. Sometimes it does. It's a send 4. It's relatively inconsistent. I'll show you another send 4 in just a minute. But I'm going to go to base protection here just so you can kind of see it. And again, send 4 is really good because you have better coverage, of course. It's not necessarily the best blitz, but it can come in, or you can get a disengage on the D tackle. So just wanted to kind of cover that real quick. I have some clips on my Twitter page where I actually show that blitz coming in a real game. But let's go ahead and take a look at the loop version of the defense. So we're just going to slant our line here to the right side. And what you're going to see happen is it's going to kind of create a little bit of a different look. And the blitz angle is going to flip, as you see right there. Now, when I run this blitz, what I like to do is just kind of hover out here. I don't like to really stand down there. And you see that crossfire blitz angle is going to do a really good job of being able to craft pressure. Now, what a lot of people are going to ultimately do is they're going to have to start to block running back or tight end, depending on how they want to pick this up. And so if they do block a running back or a tight end, what you can do is you can kind of send this other linebacker, and you can get some pressure here. It kind of is a little bit, just dependent on how they block it. But sometimes you can get a little bit of extra pressure. That time we're able to pick up the 6-man. But basically, this defense is just going to force them to consistently block a running back. If you had quick jumps on the outside and make it a little bit better, which actually with Ohio State, I think we do have a couple quick jumps. We'll put them out here. We have this guy, Curry, and we have, I think, this guy, Jackson. We'll put Atkinson over here. And we could even put, if we wanted to, we could put a quick jump here, I think. I actually need to make it, put this guy, where's he at? I don't know why I can't find him. Whatever. But anyway, so if they do block a running back or a tight end, you can kind of get a little bit better pressure if you do have the quick jumps on this outside here, because they're going to get a little bit of a snap. Now, if you know that they're blocking the running back or the tight end, then I will show you another way to kind of craft this pressure. So the other thing that you can do is, let's say you know they're blocking consistently. What I would do is, honestly, if you stand on the running back side, sometimes this can also trigger this to come in. As you see right there, able to kind of get a little bit of pressure. But the other thing that you can do is just spread your D-line. So by just spreading my D-line here, it's going to allow me to kind of hover right in this area. And then now what you're going to see is, we go to base protection here, block this guy, is, we're going to kind of potentially open up this gap a little bit. Let's see if we can get this to come in. And not quite as good. So anyway, the 6-man, you don't ever really want to be sending 6 in this year's game, honestly, anyway. But if you do send 6, you want it obviously to be able to come in. So I would just spread my D-line out. A lot of times in game, which I do have some clips on that on my Twitter page, this will come in game a little bit better. The other thing about this defense in particularly is, let's say the running back and the tight end are on the other side. So let's say it's like this. A lot of times, if they're in a formation like this 6-man is going to come in really clean if they send or if they block their running back. So you'll see here, if I flip, even if I'm in base protection, a lot of times this blitz all of a sudden gets amazing, just because the running back is going to get kind of stuck on the user, and you'll get this pinballing or disengage, or the guy will come through the gap there. So anyway, all in all, I think it's one of the best base defenses in the game, just because it does a really good job of having that symmetrical alignment. Occasionally, depending on how they're blocking, you'll be able to get this 4-man to come in, and then also you have a 5-man that is very consistent. If they send 5 out, they're going to consistently get screamed at up the middle. You can obviously create a lot of really good adjustments out of this, just simple roll coverage techniques that have been really, really good for a long time. But in general, this is kind of how the 3-4 tight defense works. If you guys want to learn the entire defense and everything that I do within it, you can get it in our ebook. Our ebook is available in our school community, and that link is in the description down below.